it's bizarre because like obviously like in high school I remember finding Architect of Extinction and just being like, holy shit, this is insane. And then obviously backtracking to the original Surpassing album before it got like remastered. I have that CD somewhere in my attic, which is crazy. And then fast forward like many years. It was the year I wrote this on my phone because I can get the time schedules like correct. But basically in 2022 March, Ingested did a UK tour like after COVID. It was like Ingested, Body Snatcher, Cranius, and Bound in Fear. I did merch for Bound in Fear because Monitors was still going, but Monitors wasn't doing the tours or picking up the momentum that I wish it did. So then I just kind of wanted to do something else and not just kind of sit on my ass. So I just pretty much just asked Ben Mason from Bound in Fear, I believe, to do merch for them. And then I did that tour. I think it was like maybe five full shows. UK's pretty small. And then it came to like maybe Southampton. I kind of like put it in the hat and be like, hey, like if you ever need a merch guy, let me know. And I'll be more happy to do it. And then they just kind of like watched me for that like entire show, I guess. And then came to after show packing it down. Lynn was just like, what's the longest tour you've done? And I've never done like a month at this point. It's always been like short runs, weekenders. But I know Monastery's had like a 2.5 week tour within Destruction pretty much in April. And then and it was like, okay. And it was like, how much do you want paying? And I was like, I'll do it for free. I don't care. Because at this point I just wanted to tour, and still now I just wanted to. I love it. And he was just like, no, I have to pay you because if you do something wrong, I can't shout at you. And then I was like,
hey, that's a mantra I go by personally with any kind of transaction in life, you know.
It's so sick. So we did that, and then I got like an email like not long after that tour, and it was just like the offer to do May. It was like Fit for an Autopsy, Ingested, Enterprise Earth, Great American Ghost, and like Sentinels. And that was like my first month-long tour in a Sprinter, which is like a smaller van. We slept on the seats for a month, and then honestly, ever since then, the rest is history. I just stuck with the guys for now 3 years. Obviously they've watched me grow in Monasteries. Monasteries played shows like 2 or 3 with Ingested. And even on those frequent years of doing merch, we played one show together in Belgium. And when that was just kind of like falling apart, and then I was like kind of moving forward with what I wanted to do, they were like always there like by my side. And then when I started Malice, they kind of like pushed me in the right directions to kind of like see where the band can go, where you can put the stuff out. And then Malice was doing its thing for a little while. It still is active. I just want to tell people that. And then obviously last year, towards the end of it, I just got an offer if I want to do the Mallorca show filling in, and I was just like, okay, because I just did it to help them out. I never expected to be the guy, and
it was a one show deal type thing.
Yeah, because I just kind of like, I'm not like the most confident person, and people will kind of see that I'm very like timid, and like I even have like timidity like on my fingers because it's just like a representation of like me. So I didn't really think I'd get it. I was just like, I'll help the fucking boys out, like love them. So then I did the show, and then I'm still around. So I guess everything was swell and well. But yeah.
Kind of a natural way, basically. Kind of happened,
yeah,
kind of easily transitioning type thing.
Yeah, of course. Because like when Monitors was a band and wasn't a band, and I would go on these tours, and even though I was just selling merch and I was happy to, I would also go sing with the support bands. So like I've
Oh, right.
so like 2022, I sang with like I did a song like the end of the song with Heads Will Hang with Fit for an Autopsy. I did a bunch of stuff on Pay Remains with Distant. I did Angel Maker. So like I didn't do it to kind of like show off. I did it just because I wanted to, and my home is generally being on stage, and I missed it, so I was just kind of like, whenever I got given the opportunity to go, oh, hey, do you want to come to this pub? Like, absolutely, because it was just fun, and I guess they saw how I was, and even like working with me, I became kind of just like more than a merch guy because we did I shipped the merch from my house as well, and Lim would kind of like ask like his opinion on things with like merch and orders. I came a bit like a little bit more, and also we did a video for sorry, I'm trying to remember this song off the last album, but I
Dude, I'm
directed one.
so bad with these things. It's
I'm
horrible. Even my
also as
favorite
bad.
songs, dude. I'm like, it's one of my favorite songs. And sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what it's called or whatever. And I've been listening for 50 billion times.
No, I'm also bad, but I directed a video. It's so bad that I can't remember. But A Path Once Last. I directed A Path Once Last with Ingested. And then that came out very well. That was like, I'm wanting to like have a meaning behind that song, and I feel like a lot of fans connected with that, which is great.
It's so cool though, because like like you knew those guys, right? They were like homies and stuff like that. But like, because I'm trying to imagine someone coming in a band like that, and imagine you don't know at all. Like it's just like you joining and you go on tour, and it's just like you get to know these people. For you, I'm guessing all that pressure and anxiety wasn't really there in terms of like you know these people, you love them, and obviously they're great. I don't know them personally, but just from what I've seen, they seem so chill and amazing and stuff. So at least even if it was probably stressful to joining, you didn't have that part of just like, how is it gonna be with these people, right?
Yeah, it's like I never had to go into it being like, oh, I need to learn how to tour or talk or connect with these guys. We already did that. We spent 3 years touring in shit places, shitty vans, and it was like the best like 3 years like of my life, because genuinely, if I wasn't touring with them, I'd probably still be drinking and like fucking it up. So like I hold a lot to like Sean and Lynn for like everything. They gave me opportunities that I wouldn't like ever imagine. And it's like, especially like other bands on like the tours we've been, like I owe a lot to them because they also let me go on stage and let me do my thing. And I was fortunate enough to kind of help Volva out on the Ties of Death and Fractured Dreams tour. I think I did like 8 to 9 shows because one dealer had like visa issues, so I filled in for them.
Oh, right.
And
At the
did
beginning of
merch,
the tour, right?
Kinda. It's like Tom did the UK leg on his own, just selling Volva merch. So shout out to him.
That was
That's
it.
like that's like some big bullshit. I respected it so much. And then when it came to the first EU date, which was Paris, I then decided going on fronting that band for the time period I had with them. And that was also a learning curve because I also got to learn a bunch of stuff about my voice and how I should be doing things. And it's actually like terrifying across North America. I learned a lot vocally just from like feeling myself. We're all on in-ears. So we're lucky enough I can hear and I don't have to rely on stage monitors. But even then, I certainly learned a lot about feels. I learned newer tones, more gutturals, and just kind of like to sustain that grit. And I was like, this is sick. This is awesome.